It's time for the next generation to play out their dreams. They've seen how mistakes can be made, and this is a time to work things out. These men have all heard the story of Jamie Natalie, unfulfilling Sydney alternate. He wants another chance. The Chinese men have a different mandate. Their countrymen went to Australia saying gold or nothing. Dramatically, they delivered and lifted a nation. The new group desires to maintain the gold standard. In Romania, it always seems to be about what the women can do with another Olympic win. That leaves these gymnasts with the hope that they can do something great for their country and for themselves. This is the first step toward the Worlds, the Olympics, and what they want.
NBC Sports presents the Pontiac International Team Championships.
We're at the Ioan Center, also known as the Syracuse War Memorial Auditorium in Syracuse, New York, upstate from New York City and a little bit left and west. This is a tri-meet, the United States, Romania, and China. We'll start things off with Jinyu on the Pommel horse. And I don't know if we can overstate, guys, what the gold medal in Sydney for that men's team did for the next few generations of what China will have to offer in this sport.
Well, they should be the dominant force in men's gymnastics. No question about that. They have been the best in the world for a long, long time. They've never proved it on the Olympic stage. This time they did.
And Tim, it was a huge relief for all these men, especially this new generation. They said since that gold medal win, it has motivated this young team.
Technically, they are almost flawless. Pommel horse is all about rhythm and keeping the body line straight, and he does it just about as well as it can be done. This, of course, is not their Olympic team, but just a foreshadowing that their success is going to be around for a little while.
He's feeling his muscles, a little Popeye spinach look as he comes off the platform.
Many of these young athletes, their stories are so similar. We know of the great school in Beijing, China. Well, this young guy was picked from his kindergarten class to be part of the National Training Center as well. Started gymnastics when he was just 5.5 years old.
And you see the body line there completely stretched, no angle at all in his hips. That is perfect execution.
And in Sydney, we saw that the Chinese of this generation are not afraid to be high-five crazy. They had a lot of enthusiasm. Now let's go to Guard Young, whose father was a gymnast, represented the United States in '76. He was a 1975 NCAA all-around champion. This guy is very popular, but at the Olympic trials, he finished 10th and did not get the chance to go to Sydney like his dad.
But he was definitely one of the guys that was right on the bubble, and it could have gone either way for Guard Young.
And unlike many of the guys, Tim and Al, he actually said that he felt the trial procedure produced the best possible team for the U.S. in Sydney.
That looks pretty good, Tim.
Yeah, you know, the ironic thing, though, Guard got to gymnastics about 4 years too late, because the thing that really hurt him the most was this event still rings, and basically they took away all the value of elements like this. Very little value.
Why?
Last time around, the way the code of points is structured, the Iron Cross last time around, you could gain a lot of bonus points. That's where he is naturally strong, not this time around, and it really hurt him.
And Tim, as it stands in the next 4 years for the next cycle, this is going to be one tough event to score well on.
Well, a little hop. Let me be the first to throw that phrase in there. And if anything you would like to see the United States do from the very beginning as they talk about the World Championships next year and the Olympics beyond is that little hop. For as often as we've said it, that was the difference between winning a medal and not. And the earlier you can drill into your gymnasts that's got to be your philosophy, the better off your program's going to be, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. No question about it. It's the last thing the judge sees. It leaves a big impression. Once again, though, there's that iron cross. And, you know, it's a little bit ironic. Elfie talked about the new code of points. A lot of these gymnasts have been upgrading, trying to get ready for that new code of points. This is one of the last competitions where the old rules will be used.
9-1-5 for guard Young. Each team has 5 members. 4 scores will count toward the overall title. This is our first look at Romania's Ioan Suciu. He was with Romania at the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, Australia. And the men, of course, deferred, not in an individual sense to the Romanian women, but this time in a team sense when they shocked Russia and took the gold in the all-around.
It's been an incredibly strong year for the men's program in Romania. The head of delegation was telling us that their success from the Olympic Games, the previous European Championships, has really helped to inspire this team.
He said it is unquestionably the most successful year Romanian gymnastics has ever had. This guy right here, not only on the Olympic team, but another huge meet, especially in Europe, the European Championships. He was the vault champion there.
Guys, this is the first major international exposure for many of these gymnasts since the Olympic Games. You've got the World Championships in 2001 in Belgium, and of course you've got Athens in 2004. So where do we see these guys who are 18, 19 years of age on this track?
Well, definitely, if you're 18 or 19, it's perfect, just like that dismount right there. Full twisting double somersault. And you really, at this competition, you have a definite mix. You have guys like this. He's already gone to an Olympic Games, but the Romanians, the Chinese, and the U.S., they all have their young up-and-coming stars as well. And this is really a great, I guess, an invitation to get used to what it's like to walk on an international floor.
And Tim, interestingly, we were talking to these guys. They only had a week or 2 vacation following the Olympic Games. Many of them came here to Syracuse feeling very underprepared for this level of competition, but you wouldn't know it on that dismount.
That's for sure. Did exactly what Al Troutwig said. Stick the landing, baby.
9-4-5 is the score. Back to China, Rongjie. And China, with their gymnasts, remain on the pommel horse.
So once again, what you're looking for is perfect rhythm throughout the exercise and a nice extended body line. Little bit of a form break on that element. One of the criticisms I have of the old rules, hopefully the new rules will encourage a little bit more diversity. There are only a couple of ways that you see most of the top gymnasts in the world get to that goal of a 10.0 start value. Well,
good looking landing.
That looked a little easy for him.
Yeah, almost too easy, I've got to tell you.
Rongjie of China.
Again, he's the future of this Chinese team. He says that gold medal again in Sydney inspired him. He said that being on that Olympic team in Athens is what he's really shooting for.
And this is what gymnastics is all about. Do something really hard. Fly up to a handstand like this, do an extra pirouette, and make it look like it's just really easy. I tried to do this dismount when I was competing, and I can't tell you how many times I landed on my head, landed on the pommel horse. They just make it look too easy.
Well, you really did make it look simple. So very smooth on the dismount. Best score we've seen so far, a 9.55. We're just getting started in Syracuse, New York.